All right, we are now live. Welcome to the Candy Shop. This is the Ladies' Night edition. I'm Candace, and I want to give everybody else a chance to introduce themselves. So we will start with Lashita.
Hi, I'm Sheeta. That's just me.
All right. Who's next?
I'm Shahana. I've been on here before.
Yes. Chef Hannah.
There too.
And Raven.
Hi, Raven.
Raven, you always crack me up. But yes, everyone, I'll do a little bit more of an introduction. Raven and Lashita are my college friends. We go way back. I guess we've known each other 20 years now. Hannah was in an organization with me, and I met her. And since then, I just love her. She's very supportive in what I have going on, and I thank her for that. I thank everybody for joining the show today. My partner in crime, Kanea, is running a little late, but she'll be joining us a little later. Good evening, Kenny. That's my cousin Kenny, everybody. He said good evening. So I want to jump right into it because there's some craziness going on. I'm going to start with womanism versus feminism. So I'll start first since this is a topic that I chose. So a lot of times when people think womanism and feminism are the same or one and the same, and they're actually not. Womanism covers Black women and children, whereas feminism is more of the white woman movement. So with womanists, they get seen as hating Black men. We're not Black men haters, because I do consider myself a womanist. We're not Black men haters, but we are all for the upliftment of Black women and children. So I want to get your thoughts, so anybody can jump in.
So I agree with you. I do know that you to me feminism is definitely more white women. I think they with the early 1900s or something they said it. And at that time, us as Black women, we were not allowed to be a part of that movement. But I do know that womanism, which I am as well. We are like basically uplifting each other, full support, not just focusing more on women, but women and our families, more family oriented versus just strong women. I mean, we are supportive of women, but it's more entangled into that.
And it's a lot. Oh, here go DJ. Leave white women alone. I didn't say anything.
Here he goes.
Nothing against white women, but when the feminist movement was started, it was geared towards more white women in general. But womanism focuses on Black women, and it's different than, I know a lot of people don't like the term pick me, but to me, a pick me is not a womanist. A pick me is all for the upliftment of men or getting picked, doing things like, oh, I'll cook your dinner and chew your food for you and blah, blah, blah. That's a pick me. That's a pick me. So the womanist movement, it definitely deals with us. I don't know. Raven, you want to jump in?
I don't know if I'm ready yet.
I'm going to try not to laugh so much. This is funny.
Well, I almost got myself in trouble. I'm just going to say a little story, and then I'll let y'all comment on that if you'd like. I typically uplift like we always do. So every so often I will bring some donuts to work, and I have some ladies, of course they're Black ladies, that I send messages to, and I said it's Black Ladies Day, or African American Ladies Day, and I have them all come and get a cupcake or a donut from my office. And someone else walked by, and I was like, so it's not, I didn't want to say it's not for you, but I was like, these are not mine. They're already accounted for. So that's something I do, and it was brought to my attention, hey, you don't want to get them upset. Karen may be upset about this, and she may, tell somebody. So you need to just be careful. And so I in doing so, I was like, Okay, but that's my money, and I'm going to uplift my Black sisters. And so that's something I do. And I typically do it like once a month. So I don't know. I'm going to keep my mouth closed.
Okay.
I try and be positive, uplift, but sometimes it could just be coming across negatively because, it's excluding, but I don't exclude. I just know I want to uplift us because we don't get it often.
Exactly. And I don't know why people make us bad for wanting to uplift us. And it's no bash to white women. It's just we need to uplift us. And now I know I've said this on a previous show, the black girl magic term is supposed to be a positive term to uplift us. But I don't like the whole magical thing because it makes us more mythical and unreal and subhuman to me. This is to me versus real. And so I like the womanist thing because with being a womanist, I can uplift us and it's a human word. But Lashida, I'll let you talk.
I'm trying to do my research. I'm trying to clarify. I don't know. I guess only if a situation comes up and I can comment on it. But I don't know. Once again.
Like Alice, I'll give you an example. Alice Walker is seen as a womanist versus a feminist because she's all about Black lesbian movement, which is kind of my daughter. It kind of deals with the womanist movement as well because also with womanism, it definitely covers gays as well. So that's involved in it. So it's basically I would say it uplifts the disenfranchised people, the real disenfranchised people of the United States. I'll say that. A lot of men don't like it. A lot of Black men don't like it because they feel like they're being bashed constantly. And if you look at, we'll go to our next topic soon, but in that situation, the woman that was on there, I feel like I felt bad for her. Like, he was harsh. We'll get to that in a second. But did anybody have anything else to add about the womanist versus feminism movement?
I just have one thing. It would be nice if we can have something where we can uplift each other and the opposite sex doesn't have a problem with it. That I don't understand that. If we want to be happy as women and be uplifting towards ourselves and other women around us, it shouldn't be an issue. But they
Right.
feel as though if we empower ourselves more, then we hate you. Which if we love ourselves more, then we can love you as well.
Right.
So it's actually beneficial.
Yeah.
And if they saw it as that, it would be a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I agree
Exactly.
150%.
Exactly, because they get so offended, and then a woman that gets looked at as bashing Black men or men in general, and it's not even about that. They don't realize that they bash us all the time with different stuff, with the way that we do our hair, the way if we're opinionated about something, if someone was raised by a single mom, they bash that single mom. It's like they constantly bash different facets of Black women, and then get offended when we uplift ourselves and not them.
Right.
Yes.
So that's all I have to say on that. DJ got the popcorn. So I'm going to go to the next topic. Now, this topic is trending on social media. I'm sure you guys have seen the video of Kevin Samuels. He's a YouTube blogger. He has a show on YouTube. Yes, he has a show on YouTube. I want to see DJ's comment. He said, women bashed us all through the 90s, made movies and wrote books. DJ, you was too young to even know what was going on in the 90s.
Are you 5'1"?
But I do. Some men thought that the movie Wait to Exhale was a man bashing movie. So I do remember that being a child.
Really?
Yes. My uncle, my mother was talking about the movie with my aunt, and my uncle was like, "Don't talk about that in front of her. You're gonna mess her up for life." Like, what?
I thought it was about sisterhood and overcoming
Me too.
obstacles.
Exactly.
But that just goes to show that, my perception is my reality. And if they were understanding they probably put themselves in the guy's shoes, walk a mile in his shoes, and you're doing wrong often.
Mhm.
So now you're bashing me because I'm him and I'm doing her wrong. No, no, just understand it's about the ladies. The show was not about the man.
Yeah.
I guess if we put up with it and allow you to cheat and steal from us and do drugs and then it'll be acceptable because we're putting up with it. We're strong women for putting up with BS.
He DJ just said Waiting to Exhale was definitely about bashing men, laugh on loud.
What is
Soundtrack was
happening?
Who got bashed?
That's what I want to know.
I'm
But then,
sure I got
Clarification,
something
DJ.
then I think men tend to judge too harshly from their own shoes. You're not even taking into consideration your mother, your grandmother, your sister, your aunt, the things that they have gone through, how you were raised. You just immediately want to see how you're perceived, how it affects you, and just
Yes.
be judgmental and have all these comments of how a woman should react, how a woman should think, oh, a woman should do this. You have so much to say about a woman, but you're not taking into consideration, especially now with expectations being so high or set of these materialistic or
Mhm.
I mean, it's superficial things. You want a Barbie doll, but was your mother a Barbie doll? Was your grandmother a Barbie doll?
Right. But it also brings me back to the conversation you had, Candace, with the guys, about that double standard.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's
Same
always a
thing
double
goes.
standard. Exactly.
Always.
Always.
Exactly. So my cousin Kenny said it was about sisterhood with a sprinkle and dash of men bashing. Wait till it sells it is. But the thing is, though, at that time, first of all, it was a time where I feel like the '90s it was a very strong transitional time for Black people. Period. We were successful, college educated. Um, we still suffered racism in the corporate world, but we were getting a little further ahead, and that was where you started to see, like, that our generation is somewhat of the children of the baby boomers. So it was a lot of us, and we were coming out of the yuppie era. And so so you saw successful Black people, and you saw a guy run a business, which it happens all the time. Athletes do it. He ran that business and was built it with his wife, and then left her for the white lady. You
Right.
can't say that that's made up. That happens
It
every
happened.
It
day.
happens.
So are we supposed to ignore it because it puts Black men in a negative light? No. So I just don't understand why it's okay for Black men to highlight everything wrong about us, but the moment we say something about them, oh, we're bashing them.
Right.
So that's funny to me, because what the clip we're going to go to next, this man is saying this lady thing wrong about her, and men is high-fiving it. But they
Right.
don't look at that as woman bashing.
No.
But DJ said a sprinkle, we need to have a movie night.
We can do that too.
And then Bert said, are you painting with a broad stroke when you're talking about men? What is he saying?
I like that phrase.
Excuse me,
Let,
sir.
let me
No, this is not broad. Come on, artist.
I'm
Sheeta.
sorry. Let me paint this picture. I'm going to talk about a broad stroke. I mean, because once again, I mean, I just felt like I just had the best example of a man being raised by my father and his caliber of men that he was surrounded by my father being an entrepreneur. He first he was in the white collar element of drafting, and then he was an entrepreneur in the afternoon, raising these young men, and could take any walk of life that passed through there. He could deal, talk to in a good manner, get with whatever you want to call it. He could educate them. So the type of men that I was surrounded by were all types. They were men in suits, men in sweatsuits. They were athletes. They were, it didn't matter. But what he was passing along, and while you're taking your sip of Hennessy, which is what his favorite drink was, but
Yeah,
what he was passing along was knowledge. Yeah, was the knowledge. Just as any Hennessy that you get, he's going to get the quality Hennessy. You know what I mean? You don't take anything that a person gets you. You don't walk around with the cheapest. You take pride and quality in anything. So he was raising kings, in other words. You know what I mean? And I mean, just with that, you have to raise a king to know how to treat a queen.
There you go.
Yeah.
And vice versa. If you wanted to be treated like a king, you best be treating a woman, a female, with respect as a queen. I don't care what she has, what baggage she has. You have to talk with respect. If you're going to have a teaching moment, have a teaching moment, have an educational moment, enlighten her, enrichment. But you don't be condescending and talking down and stereotyping, being stereotypical. No.
Because we get that everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Just being a single mom, you could have a man living in the house and be a single mom.
Say it again.
Yeah.
It's married single moms.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Did you make me another drink? So that brings
You should have brought your shaker.
Yes, I need to get a shaker. So tonight, for those that don't know, it's Brown Liquor Night, Hennessy night. So Henny Friday. That's what we're drinking on. But that moves us to our next topic, Kevin Samuels, because he definitely looks like a brown liquor drinker anyway, even though regardless of how bougie he wants to be.
Right, Coke 45.
Yeah. Exactly. But he was very, very, very condescending. And I understand that now. Everybody is saying
I could barely take that.
Yeah, he was saying, or everybody has said, including women, because I think the young lady that was going to come on tonight, I don't know what happened to her. She just disappeared. She agreed with what he was saying. A lot of women agree with what he was saying because I guess in their opinion, this lady was not attractive, and she wanted advice on getting a 6-figure guy and wonder why it wasn't happening for her. And to him, because of her face and what she looked like and the fact that she was 35 with a child, she wasn't worthy of a 6-figure man. So I think that's ridiculous. Before I get you guys' comments, I do want to read Inel's comment. She said, I have 3 boys and I want them to know they are young kings, and she put in how to treat ladies as queens. So that is correct. Going back to Kevin Samuels, I want y'all thoughts. I know Lashida, you started to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, because in the comment, the guy mentioned about being a single mom. Well, I mean, with the shift, with what's going on, and I don't know, single mom or not, you could have been in the perfect scenario. You could have been a perfect hospitable household. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Things may have happened. He may have died. You know what I mean? That makes you a single mom. It doesn't always mean that you were immature and something happened and you had a bad.
And you're a baby's mama. Like, you never know the situation.
Right. Baby mama and single mom are not intertwined.
The same.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're not automatically the same. So to me, you're just trying to do the flight. Like, are you just saying you don't want to raise a child? Are you saying that you are not a father figure? Forget your 6 figures. That means, children are going to be involved, whether they come before or, after you're together. So what are you saying about yourself? Just automatically having this connotation. And vice versa. With a male that has children, you can't automatically just stereotype a man, in his situation. You don't know what the situation is. You know what I mean? I don't know. He the way he was talking to her was just rude. And you could say a person she said she was 5'5", felt like she was a 5. Okay. He was like, well, you're average. An average person is not going to get a 6-figure. Well,
you never know what people like.
This is what I want to know.
He was bragging about being 60 and can attract 20-year-olds.
They just want his money.
They just want to die.
And if he doesn't know that,
I want to look at what DJ said. DJ said, whether he said it politely or negatively, women still don't get it. Too much entitlement nowadays coming from both genders. Yes, it's a lot of entitlement coming from men, because what this man was talking about was getting a six-figure quality man. How many six-figure quality men are out there? Because to me, it looked like the dusty Negroes are the ones that's agreeing with him that would not have a chance any goddamn way. He was saying that, yeah, he was saying that she needed to get with a man of her caliber because, okay, he told her to rate herself. And he said, don't say 7. And she says, I'm a 5 without makeup and I'm a 6 with it. Already to me, that sounds like she has a low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem.
Because if you ask me, I'm gonna be like, I'm a 9 without makeup and a 15 with it. I don't know. I'm off the scales, honey. So
Yeah.
you just have to. I've always been a person, because in Rave Review did this. Hannah, with my 2 friends, I was in an organization called Rave Review. They brought me in, actually. That was a definite confidence building organization, because prior to joining that organization, I was a nerdy little skinny girl. And when I joined them and they had me wearing heels for 2 weeks on campus the whole time, oh, I got me some confidence. I learned how to walk in them shoes too. So it was, you have to have a confidence about yourself. And this young lady just appeared to be insecure. And then he pounced on that. And then he was just so rude. He was like, y'all get on my nerves with this shit. Like, and get the F off my phone.
Yeah. Broads, like, what? But
yes.
my thing is, if he has all this advice, why are you 60 unmarried? Why are you 60 and single? You think you have the answers to everything, but you don't have the answers to your own life.
Right.
You're trying
You
to
could have had
instead
of 6 figures behind. Instead of 6 figures behind, you could have had 6 quality women. Can you name 6 quality women in your 60-year-old life?
Right. Not at all.
That aren't your grandmother, your mother, your auntie.
Yeah.
No, you cannot.
Exactly.
My thing is, a lot of men are saying, "Oh, you women don't want to hear the truth." It's not that we don't want to hear the truth. It's all in the approach. First of all, I'm grown. Ain't no grown man besides my dad, probably not even my dad at this point.
Dad won't do that.
Gonna talk to me like I'm a child. Like, never will that ever happen. And it's nasty.
Very. Let me say this: men don't want to hear the truth either, because if they really knew the real reason why they were ghosted, they would be upset. Because I've ghosted people. If I, like a guy that I was dating that I chose to be intimate with, when he took his clothes off, it wasn't looking right down there. So I was like, I think I need to go. And so I could have said, your thing looks little. I don't feel like wasting my time. Like, would he have wanted to hear that? So I just want to know how many men would want to hear that truth, because it's a lot of things that we as women keep from you in order to be respectful to you. And then they say we're disrespectful. So I don't know.
Tell a man no and he curse you out, they can't handle it.
Exactly.
Tell a man, no, I'm good. I don't want you. I'm fine. I'm taken. I'm married. I don't want your number. They will cuss you out from here to there. I had a man follow me in his car to my car and curse me out the whole time. Why'd you follow me to curse me out? Like, you couldn't say that from all the way back at the beginning.
Rejection.
I'm walking through the parking lot to my car and he's yelling, cursing me out. Like, all I said was, and at that time I was married. I said, I'm married. I wasn't lying. I wasn't making it up. Why are you mad? Like, there's no respect. They can't even respect your answer. But they want, he wants to rate women. And someone told me earlier, it was so this is what I was going back and forth with somebody in this post. And this is what he told me. Women cannot be queens unless they change their last name.
Here we go.
Excuse me? So then when I said we don't need a man to define us, we know our worth before a man. His response to me, well, are you married? I'm like, no, I'm engaged right now. Well, why are you on this post? I'm sorry, what? Now I don't have an opinion?
Yeah, that's just so rude. So I want to read some of these comments. DJ said he was brutal, but yeah, he was honest. Everyone is guilty of being hypocritical. It's not hypocritical. Everyone is critical and has their own taste. So this lady might not have been his taste, but that doesn't mean that she's not a 10 to somebody else.
And
so
that he could be rude.
Yeah, he was very rude. Kennard said the B, you are ugly anyway, dudes. Oh, when you were talking about the guys getting mad. DJ also said approach, example, True Kitchen. The owner nicely asked those women to stop disrespecting his establishment. Then when he cursed you out, now you're a victim. We got to be accountable, y'all. The thing is, though, my thing is this: he was wrong for the language that he used. He, first of all, if he asked them nicely the first time and they continued, that second time should have been him escorting them out and letting them know that they're no longer allowed in this restaurant because they're tearing up my restaurant. I wouldn't keep being nice and giving somebody a chance if you're tearing up my stuff. They were acting like animals to me. Why would you continue to give them a chance when you saw the first time that they didn't act right? And then for you to stoop to their level and use that language and cuss out not only them, but everybody in the restaurant. If I was a patron there sitting there, I would have been like, where the hell am I at? I'm trying to eat my food, and the owner of the place is coming out giving this speech and cussing me out, telling me he don't need my money. Let me get up and leave. I'm going to finish my food, and I'm going to get up and leave because he don't need my money.
Say it again. While serving Hennessy and saying, throw that thing in a circle. Let's just realize that you are trying to tell us how to conduct ourselves, which they were wrong. But you're enlightening it. You have Hennessy at brunch time and throw it that thing in a circle and a DJ. And you wondering why people were twerking. I don't condone the twerking, but you should have approached the table. You did not have to approach, because what if somebody had their children there? Because my children are there and you yelling, get the F out, man, you're going to have a problem.
Exactly.
Because you're talking to my kids.
Exactly. So Kenny says sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it. I think he has some valid points, but he was an asshole about it. He could have said, hey, hit my inbox so we can talk off this Zoom. I agree. So if she was really looking for a 6-figure guy, maybe he was going to tell her what that quality man was looking for, but he didn't have to embarrass her like that.
Yeah, he just ripped her up there, and that's just
DJ said, and it's not the size, it's the motion in the ocean. That's a lie.
Who lied to you? It's all the above.
And then Kennard said marriage doesn't validate you. It doesn't. Let me see what else he said. The message of the restaurant manager was lost in the language. Yes, he brought his restaurant, because it was supposed to be upscale. He brought his restaurant all the way down. To me, it sounded like a gutter place. I used to live in Dallas, and I know right now it's the hot spot to go. But I'm not canceling him, but I'm also not impressed with trying to go. Like if it's a day, first of all, when COVID is over, that's when I'll go. But if it comes a time where it's not as busy, then yes, I might try it.
That was in Dallas?
Yes, it was in Dallas. Yes.
That makes me not to go there. That would be my mission, not to go there.
What'd you say, Raymond?
That my mission would be not. We can go anywhere except for that place.
Yeah, it's not even worth it. And there's other Black-owned businesses in other places. Like here in Atlanta, it's a lot of Black-owned places you can go, and it is quality. It is upscaling. I don't have to deal with the owner cussing me out if he's at his breaking point. So I think go ahead.
Because I saw some of it. I didn't get to see the actual video. Did he even ask the DJ to change the music or cut it off?
Well, while he was talking, he wanted the music cut off.
While he was talking,
I think even once he addressed, the table at first, and they really didn't stop. The next should have been DJ. Switch that, because the DJ really controlled the crowd. Even in the club setting, the DJ controls the crowd, and then asking them, again.
Yeah, but I just say he regardless of what the music was, they should have been doing that. And that second time, he should have just put them out of that restaurant. I don't understand why he didn't. But what were you about to say, Raven?
You remember WTEC, the radio station, how we used to DJ for every event. And we used to have a couple of house situations that we used to always go to as well. 2 turntables, a mic, amp, all of that. Just like your fight songs, your hood songs, your trap songs, all of that. So if this is going to be upscale, we don't need that played.
Yeah.
If the fight is going to bring some to the flow, we're not playing that song. So
And
that's
what's
the first
funny,
thing. Once you notice that that's what's happening, song change quick.
yeah, it's in downtown Dallas. Yeah, DJ said it's literally across the street from him. It's really nice. It might be really nice, and that's why I said, because the guy's a lawyer, so I understand what he's trying to do. But that kind of leads me into the next topic too: the black elitist mentality. He seems kind of like a black elitist, and I know I'm not. I don't know if y'all ever heard me and Kanea talk about the bougies of Tuskegee. I do feel like Tuskegee has a lot of bougie people, and that's just not me. I've always kept it real. I'm quiet and shy, and people might mistake that as me being bougie, but I'm not. And so he seemed like an elitist, like just like Booker T. Washington, the talented 10th. He came off like he felt like it was a certain type of black people that's supposed to represent us, and twerking is beneath us as black people. That's the way he came off.
You y'all see the video of him jumping on his own furniture?
Well, somebody said that wasn't him, but it was still his restaurant, and he allowed it to happen. And this man gonna tell me, well, you don't know if he was there that night. I'm like, what? His staff, they know what the protocol is, because apparently the staff asked those ladies first. So why is it that these men are allowed to jump on your bar and dance and do whatever, but when the ladies do it, oh, it's a problem? And I heard that that's not the first time that he's talked to black women that way. So it's a lot to it. Kennard said upscale, but playing throw that thing, throw that thing in a circle.
You see what I'm saying?
DJ said
That's
so much.
like playing swag surf in the middle of it. You know it's gonna go crazy up in there.
DJ said so much affects grown women from being adults. Y'all are killing me. No, he talked to them like they were wayward children. A lot of times black men talk to us like we're children, like we don't know how to conduct ourselves when we actually do. And then we also get this it's like we're stapled or stamped with this idea that we're just these wild, twerking, angry women. And that is not the case.
True.
Like a certain tone or has to be used to handle us. No. And I hate when a guy says, oh, you like for somebody to talk to you like that. They don't say that to me, but you know what I mean? You want a guy to talk to you, or you want to, it's another way they say it, but oh, you like them like that. No, you speculating. Stop. I don't like none of that. Like,
and I hate when they be like, I know you. Like, no, you don't know me.
No,
but if you don't put up with that, and if you don't listen or stand up for yourself, then you're a weak woman as well. So you can, it's like you can't win or lose.
Oh, and then they'll be like, why didn't you jump in the fight when this person was in my face? Because black men also want you to jump in and take up for them and save the day.
When is this happening?
So I've seen so much on social media where it'll be memes like, if your man wants it losing the fight, are you gonna jump in to help and all this other stuff?
What?
But DJ said, I think black women are queens, but y'all are hard-headed. Excuse me, sir. Wow.
Stubborn, firm, hard-headed.
So we're supposed to be barefoot, naked, and in the kitchen cooking. Just shut up. Don't say nothing. Just cook. Okay.
If we do that, they're gonna be like, "You lazy? Why aren't you working?"
You trifling.
Because have y'all ever noticed black men want us to work and equally bring stuff to the table? I was on a show on Saturday. A friend of mine, his show, and this guy, who always comes for me. He's come for me so many times. He asked me how many people have I slept with, all types of questions. So he, on that particular show, he was like, I'm looking for a woman he was like, I don't make a lot of money right now, so I need a woman that's gonna make more money than me to help me with these bills. And so another lady was like, wait a minute, so you're telling me you want a woman to take care of you?
Sorry,
who your mama? Where your mammy?
Yes.
I'm sorry, what?
Right.
I'm not taking care of no grown ass man.
Because I tell my 3 girls, once you're college age, 2 fingers, see ya. I ain't taking care of y'all after college. I ain't taking care of y'all.
And I feel like we're
now. I mean, now I will take a step back. Just because different professions, you know what I mean. I mean, I can see a woman making more than a man, but because like I said, with my dad being an entrepreneur, money is always invested. Because he went from, being full-time job during the day to full entrepreneurs. That means your money is always invested. So my mom was the stable, working. So at a point, you can say she made more than him. Okay, there was no problem, because what you're going to do is you come to the table equally. You don't expect her to be the one to come with money or do this or that. You come to an agreement of what your life and your lifestyle is. So
Right.
you're equally bringing things to the table. So where you can't bring money, you're compensating with other things, as far as service or some type of barter, or something. You're gonna do something. You're not just gonna, oh, you got it, you do it, that's you, and be bitter or mad about it. No,
Right.
or play the how people get their emotions and think that, oh, you think you're better than me type of thing. No, nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna do that.
This is
Mhm.
You need to start with your budget and sit down
Yeah.
and
So
be
Kenny
respectful
said,
about it.
yes. Kitty said any sister whose first name ends with an A or an E, they ain't gonna listen, bro. Whatever. I end in an E.
I feel
Any guy
attacked.
that, yeah, any guy whose name ends in a K and a D, Kendrick and David, DJ, y'all are hard headed.
you're lying. The truth ain't in you. She's a lie.
So DJ said most men don't care what y'all have. We want to spoil our queens. No, not every man, DJ, is
No,
like
that's
you.
not true.
They don't want to spoil. It's I met some mean, bitter men lately. Like mean men.
But you know what? Back when music was about love and courting and everything, men definitely treated us different and wanted to court us and wanted to spoil us. And then once they became, F you and be this and that, it's like, oh, well, hey,
They've been
that's
hurt.
you.
Okay, they've been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Get my counselor hat. They've
Yeah,
been hurt. Okay.
yeah. Because that same guy that came for me, he was like, I don't deal with American women. I only like West Indies women because they submit more. And I was like,
Okay. Right.
I wanted to say, I
I'm
wanted to
sorry,
say
what?
like, yes, he said West Indian women submit more. Then
It was
when he
nothing.
was, we were, we had a conversation about like here in Atlanta, a lot of people, it's all about what you have. This is the only city where I've ever lived in where people are so focused on material things and how much you make, and I like it's a whole rigmarole stuff. So I said, back where I'm from, because I'm from the Midwest, back in my younger days, when you would talk like that, a lot of times people would set you up to rob you. Like you really couldn't go
Yeah.
around talking
Yeah.
about what you had. And the guy was like, what? I'm from New York. I'm from Harlem. You don't know what they do. I said, okay, tell me about Harlem. So
They rob you.
Okay.
Because I
he
Yeah, my
just,
mom. My mom always
yes,
said that when somebody robbed you, check your friends, because that's the ones that came in your house and checked you out.
thank you.
You
And
know
y'all know,
You don't
and
invite everybody in your house. Yeah,
That's
put
right.
everybody in
and
your business.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. But Atlanta, it seemed like they don't care. And I'm like, these people ain't afraid of getting robbed, I guess.
Atlanta got a lot of schemes. Everybody
Oh,
one scheme
yes.
to the next. They just trying to keep up with the scheme.
Yeah,
And
I
a lot of them
agree.
came from scheming from New York and took it down to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And Midwest, yeah.
Yep.
I definitely agree because these people were definitely gullible here. Uh, DJ said Dallas is definitely the same way, very prestigious. Yeah, Dallas. I'll say this: when I lived there, I love Dallas. And I actually want to move back. It seemed like the city was more focused on family values. It was a good place to raise your child, and people weren't so into what you have. I don't know if it's because they're used to having things. Because I know a lot of those black people out there grew up in two-parent homes versus these people here that come to Atlanta to restart their lives. And you get a lot of, not to talk about my people, but you get a lot of people coming from bad situations trying to restart in Atlanta. So once they restart, they're not used to having things and they
I couldn't live in Atlanta.
advertise it.
It's a
So
facade.
yes, it's definitely the facade, and you see it with the
They
reality
like to
stars
paint.
here.
Yeah.
They like to paint.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. DJ. Oh, he was what? Pretentious? I thought you said prestigious. I don't know. I thought he was
I
trying
thought
to
he
say
said prestigious
Pretentious.
too. I missed
yeah.
it.
So I want to move to the next topic because we were going to talk about this, the Black elitist attitude. Now, how familiar is everyone with that?
Ah, not too familiar.
Give me a definition.
So a definition of the Black elitist attitude would be a prime example. You can look at the sororities and the fraternities as being Black elites, Jack and Jill, those types of organizations.
Like I was
Anything,
mentioning, yeah.
anything that required the brown paper bag test, going way back in the day. And you guys know with HBCUs, and I have on my HBCU auntie sweatshirt. But back in the day, our schools required a picture when you enrolled. I don't know if y'all knew that, but they
Wow.
wanted to see a picture with your college application. And a lot of times with Black schools, Tuskegee being one of them, that you had to be lighter than the paper bag to go. So
Wow.
yes, I
that.
know. I
Yeah.
researched that. So yes, that was a common thing.
Wow.
And so the Black elitist attitude kind of started with the HBCUs because at that time, HBCUs were started at a time when we could not go to white schools. So the smartest people and the people that they felt were going somewhere could represent our race went to HBCUs. And so that's where the Black elitist attitude came from. And so they tried to say that the owner of True Kitchen has the Black elitist attitude. He is a lawyer, and then he got on his soapbox about having a space for Black people to come, and it's upscale, and he does, even though Black women are 65% of his customers or whatever he said, he doesn't need our money. He doesn't want, it sounded like he didn't want our kind there. He didn't want Black women there. But Kanara, who's the new?
Evidently, the
I
owner of
think
that restaurant.
Oh,
Samuels.
yeah.
I think the guy Samuels is a noob too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was saying because I was talking about fraternities. I'm like, who's the
Well,
new
yeah.
one here? But yes, that attitude can be looked at. Booker T. Washington and the Talented 10th have that set amount of Black people to represent us. And I don't know if you guys knew this. Booker T. Washington, when he started Tuskegee University, just wanted us to. He wanted to teach farming, and I think teaching. He didn't think Black people could be doctors and lawyers. Did
Mm,
y'all know that?
Yeah.
mm.
No.
Yeah.
Being that he went to MIT, how do you
He
say that?
Think about all the partnerships he had with Rockefeller. All those people, they were giving him money to teach us to stay basically in our place. And he had that whole thing of lifting the veil off of us, but he was just lifting the veil to teach us to do jobs that they didn't want us to do. But yeah, like I researched a lot of this. I am very passionate about this. The owner is a new. Oh yeah, DJ. That my husband Kanara just said that. But yeah, so I am a person, even though Booker T. Washington, I like that he started our school, but I don't agree with some of his views because back in the day, would I have been admitted to Tuskegee? Like you just never know because he felt like a certain type of person was what deserved to be at Tuskegee.
Mm.
Well, and then I think as a excuse or segue, for that would be the same way you can say you can take somebody out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them, or whatever the phrase is. Well, the same thing. So when you're starting something new, you can't invite everybody.
Yeah.
You got to get somebody or start with the few that get it, that can stay in line, that can maintain so that bigger doors can be open.
Mm-hmm.
Because just like that restaurant or other situations, you let everybody in, everybody ready to adapt to the rules or the way you should act, the way you should conduct yourself. They weren't raised that way. Just respectful. So you don't have you don't have much room for error. You don't have time to have a teaching moment right then. You know what I mean? You those doors have to open slowly. or they will flood in and flood out, and everybody's wiped out. So it's interesting because Booker T. Washington, from what you can tell from the black and white photos, he was not light. He didn't seem like he would pass the paper
And he
bag.
had more than a few dark people that were going to school there.
He was actually light. He was Lashida. He was actually about your complexion or a little lighter.
Well, he sure stayed in the sun. Him and George Washington Carver. And I know George Washington Carver did.
George Washington Carver was brown. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see a lot of different photos, and then and just his tone and thin too. You can kind of manipulate with black and white. You can take a black and white photo as well too. But you do have to be careful because every dog is not the same. You know what I mean? You can teach a dog. You can't teach a dog old tricks. Can't teach the old dog new tricks. Whatever. The point is, everybody's not trainable. Everybody will not conduct themselves in the same way. That's a part of why that guy felt like he could talk to those people at their table that way. He did. He stood down to their level because they weren't hearing him. So he felt like he needed to get ignorant because they were acting ignorant. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Well, no, you're not winning. That's not how you do it. He needs to go to etiquette training aside after he leaves his doctor visits in the day or attorney. His name is attorney. Okay, now you need to go to etiquette and see how you should conduct yourself. Take a little bit more note and consideration to see people back in the day when they were teaching etiquette, even though we were the help. It was a training to be in that situation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's just like at my job. I swear, and I don't mean to cut you off. We're doing there's a lot of transition happening, and you're moving people into leadership positions that have never been leaders or supervisors before. Mm-hmm. And then you have people training them that have never been leaders or supervisors. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter what you teach. The message is not coming across.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't drop a person into like a bowl of cherries and say, beat the whipped cream on top.
Yeah, that's true.
All those cherries have now tarnished that whipped cream. Whipped cream is now cherry. It's red. It's nothing fancy. It's not on top anymore. It's just kind of going in between all of the different cherries, scooped to the bottom. Nothing's happening. Yeah. It needs to be some training there. There has to be some training. You
exactly.
Can be a judge and all of that, but if you've never actually been in a courtroom, you don't have that experience, so you don't know what you're doing. So that's probably the same thing going on with him. He's never been in a situation where he's had to monitor and supervise and manage an area like that. Mm-hmm. What do you know?
Yeah, and people working here. Oh, go ahead, Hannah.
I do believe he have what you say, the black elitist status, but I also believe that you also attract what do they say? You attract the company you keep.
Yeah.
If I'm saying it right. So I've been to an upscale restaurant in Philadelphia that was black owned, and the way the atmosphere was, they had like a jazz playing and everyone conducted themselves as they should. But if you want to say you want to have things a certain way and you want a certain status, then you need to revamp your restaurant.
There you go.
You need to take out the DJ. If you want to have music, have a live jazz band. Have something that shows that we're at this status. You can take black people anywhere, but it's how you have it when you get there. You know, you're going to a cookout, and you know when you're going to your job. You know when you're going to church, or you know when you going to party.
To family.
And we can change it. What they say, code switch, whatever.
Yes.
We can change it up. But if you present that atmosphere as if it's as a club, because I actually saw his list. And the way I've never been to a restaurant ever where you tell me what I mean, you know, when you go to certain restaurants, the men have to wear jackets, you know, certain things. But his list basically looked like it was a club. No flip-flops, no sandals, no shoes, no this. Especially, and then he had a nerve to say, especially the fuzzy sandals. Like, you're not at a club. So when you present something like that, all you had to do, he didn't have to do that list. He didn't have to have that DJ. All he had to do was present his restaurant a certain way, and they would know how to conduct themselves inside. I'm not, and he has that. It's like when some Black people get to that status, they forget where they actually came from, and that's the difference when you can change, the rich from the wealthy. So when you're wealthy, you don't have that type of attitude. Well, besides Donald Trump, but you really don't have that type of attitude because you're used to having it. But when you become newly rich, they feel as though, oh, I'm better than you now, and I'm this and I'm that. But you don't realize if you don't invest the right, you can be rich today and poor tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So the cockiness needs to be a little bit more humble for him. I think I understand he's a lawyer, and you're used to yelling and being in charge and control of the courtroom. But guess what? You're not a lawyer at this point right now. You're actually in this restaurant as the owner, and you need to act as an owner. He's acting like the manager and not the owner.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a different level. They're both high positions, but it's a different level.
Mm-hmm. So I do want to read this comment. DJ said, good thing that narrative has changed. This is going back to Booker T. Washington. One of the positives about social media, we can see us as lawyers, doctors, and business owners. My generation, we didn't have that, but we still were ambitious. I agree. Me and DJ are actually the same age. And then he also said he was just upset. We all have our breaking point. Let me say this. So people compared the situation to like Ruth Chris restaurant. I could not see the owner of Ruth Chris coming out and cussing everybody out. Right. So just like Hannah said, he was out of his he wasn't in his element of being a lawyer. He was, I guess, new as an owner. But I don't know. I even if I'm owning something, in order to not get to my breaking point, I'm gonna just stop it right then and there. Because if I was the owner, me being a woman, and I feel like these people are taking advantage of me and my Black establishment, their Black asses, I'm sorry, would have been gone the first time they did it. That would have been, yes, it would have been a tap like, okay, you're gonna have to leave. And like he said, he didn't need their money, so I'll take care of the bill. Y'all gotta go. That would have been me, because he said that he didn't need their money. I laughed at this comment when I saw it. DJ was like, he's probably gay.
Yeah, what? He could have charmed her down. You know what I mean?
When you got Hennessy and twerk music, you can't. That's a combination.
Yes. One thing I will say this: sometimes I do hate us as Black people, and I watched Funky Dineva. He said this: us as Black people sometimes get relaxed with other Black businesses. That when we go to a place, we'll go because it's upscale and it's supposed to be Black owned, but we'll continue to act ratchet and bring our ratchetness to that. And not all of us, are like that. But it's like they want to make it ratchet. And I don't know why. Like, I honestly don't know why these ladies got up dancing like this. Oh, my baby's crying. So Bert said, you are what you are. Your stripes will always show. That's true. But it's different types of Black people. And I think all of us are beautiful in what we are, but it's a time and place for that type of behavior. And if it's upscale, they should know that you can't be twerking. I don't know who wants to twerk in a restaurant with food around anyway. Because I would be like, can you sit your behind down? Like, dust can probably be shaking from your butt while you're dancing, getting on my food.
You wouldn't have to curse them out, because if I'm at the table next to you and you shaking it,
you cussing out.
You gotta sit that down.
Yes.
And it's brunch. It's not 9 p.m. It's not 10. It's brunch.
Oh, DJ said he'll say this: the wait for the food there is awful. So those women were probably trying to enjoy their experience. That sounds like Candy's restaurant, 3L gang, or what is it? I'm saying it wrong.
Old lady gang.
Oh, I don't know what I was going to say, but old lady gang. I've heard the wait, like you go there, and even if you have a reservation, it's still like a 2-hour wait to sit because it's so popular. I heard the food is awful. But I've never heard of Candy or her staff having poor customer service, because I'm sure they deal with a lot of upset people. And they play music there, the same type of music. They have a downstairs part where I think people can sing and all that. But you never heard of her doing that. So I just don't understand why he lost it, because it's a place of business. He's a lawyer, he should know that. Like, how do you just lose it?
Thank you.
So.
We'll see if
he's a good lawyer.
We'll see if he's still open in a year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
the
most of them
thing,
go down within
say
the first 1-2 years.
because he
But
said
I know,
you don't need your money, but if you don't have anybody's money, you're going to close. And a lot of restaurants flop within the first year.
Mm-hmm.
So for you saying that, you really just cost yourself. In the middle of a pandemic, people are supporting you as a black man, and you're basically saying, F your money, F you, because 3 women were twerking.
yeah. And I'll just say me for myself, I'm not gonna twerk if they plan to throw that A in a circle. I'm just be in my chair.
I said they can be in the chair box, you know. But I don't know if you pay back that thing up.
No, I'm not getting. I don't know. I just
I'm not
cannot get
getting
up.
up though. I would have to be in the chair like.
Yeah, I just cannot get up. It's not me. And then what's crazy is if y'all looked at his restaurant, majority of everyone in there was women anyway. So it's this very interesting. Bert said that the restaurant owner has set the tone. If I own an upscale restaurant, I can't play back that A up and expect a different result. That's true. But people are like, don't blame the music. Whatever they play, they should have been twerking. And then DJ said customer service is trash there. He got to get that together before he goes off on people. Everything closes in Dallas, but he's still booked until April. Yeah, I have friends that have booked also on Facebook. That's why I said COVID they must have the cure in Dallas too, like they said got it here in Atlanta. But
Here.
but I have friends on Facebook talking about, yeah, did you get your reservation? I'm trying to get mine for New Year's. So I don't think the restaurant is canceled. And I guess it is hot, but I feel like Dallas needs more black business owners because Atlanta, we have a variety of things that we can go to that are black owned. And so it's sad that this is the only place that they have that's hot. It might last a little long because it's the only place, but hopefully this inspires other black owners to come and open up their restaurants and actually give you a upscale experience
Yes.
there. Yes.
You can only
Yes.
be hot for so long. I mean, all those first, they might have a reservation, but that's a first time reservation. They have to be repeat customers and come back. You don't get good customer service, if you don't get good food, they won't come back. Just like any good relationship. Just like any good relationship. Yeah, you might get that first date, you might get to cook or eat with someone, but if your cook it ain't good, they ain't coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
So DJ said, "Throw that A in a circle" is his boy from undergrad song. So I'm biased. Laugh out loud. I don't think you would get up and dance to it, DJ. You gonna throw that A in a circle?
I hope not. I hope not, DJ.
And then too, I mean, he said you can say you classy and you're playing the words of a club song. It is a club song.
Yeah, he played that and he had to tell them to sit down to Meg Thee Stallion that body yada 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 yada. That was the other song.
No, he didn't. He wasn't
See that DJ, you killed it with the DJ, dude. Your DJ sucks.
That's what the DJ.
I'm just saying, I don't even understand how is this happening.
The DJ said that's like at a wedding.
The DJ would
gonna play that same playlist at a wedding. Instead of doing electric slides the first dance, he gonna do back that. Really?
Yeah, I'll be like, sir, no. As a bride, I was like, no. I'm gonna tell you what to play.
And then he gonna play the words. Then he playing the words with the cuss words in it. Dude,
yes, that's why I didn't understand when people were saying it's upscale. I'm like, but he's playing the cussing version, like already. Yeah, it was just ratchet. I'm sorry, it was ratchet. They can tell me all day, oh, it's so upscale. But in an upscale restaurant, I'm not gonna hear throw that A in a circle, and I'm hearing all the cussing, and I'm trying to eat as I eat my collard greens.
So kids don't go there at all.
In an upscale restaurant, you're gonna hear a few words. You know what I mean? You're gonna hear a few words. You're not really gonna hear words. You're gonna hear melodies. You're gonna hear instruments. You know what I mean? You're not gonna hear words.
And I said this on my show Monday. If you're gonna play hip hop and it's supposed to be upscale, I want to hear the Roots. I want to hear like soothing rap or some Erykah Badu. Like that's what I'm trying to hear. And I'll say this: Crew Lounge here in Atlanta, which is a hookah lounge. It can be looked at as upscale. They do play some music, but they do not play all that stuff. Like you'll hear, I don't even think they'll play Meg Thee Stallion. They play a lot of music of today, but it's toned down, and so you can do the hookah, you
Yeah.
can order your drinks, you do food. It's little booths or whatever. The whole club looks like VIP, and the club is actually owned by Portia's fiance or baby daddy, Portia from Housewives of Atlanta. But that's one of my favorite lounges here. When I was going out, Crew Lounge was where I went, and it was upscale.
Yeah. And even I'm sorry, but even if you don't have a real DJ, you're playing Spotify, okay, and for some reason they jump to the party mode, you're gonna quickly push forward. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna skip that song. You're not gonna let it all play out.
Yeah,
agree.
Because he might as well play Knock If You Buck because they'll.
They would have tore that up now. That's too far.
We had to always change that song. There was no Nuck If You Buck and anything. Like even if it was Homecoming, TU Homecoming, if we play Nuck If You Buck, every single sorority come on.
And good DJs were playing Nuck If You Buck the last 5-15 minutes.
Very last.
Then they're gonna play that. Here they play the slow tempo. They play You Ain't Gotta Go, but you gotta.
Yeah. That's how.
But remember, I don't know if y'all remember when my freshman year, some of the songs Lil Jon and the East Side Boys was still kind of big, so their songs was kind of fighting songs too. And then the football
of the night.
All that.
Put your hood up. Put
your club up.
Put your drink up.
At a club up. What is it? Where you from? That's like no.
Yeah, all that Memphis rap. Those was fighting songs.
Fighting songs. We would one of those songs and were like spin it off, like there'll be dead silence. Nobody else you're leaving.
So DJ's going to the comments. DJ said, and people in Atlanta are big on seeing Black excellence. Dallas is all about trying to be better than people. I feel like Atlanta is about trying to be better than people. But because there are so many successful people here in Atlanta, you need outlets and places to go. So you're gonna have it's so many places to go here. And I think and y'all know Ricky Wright, who throws all the parties and all of that. He does a lot of events for our crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think they do try to compete because homecoming is a time where everybody shows out. I've never been to a party here in Atlanta during homecoming because I'll be thinking I don't have my red bottoms. I need to get them repaired and stuff like that. I need to get my red bottoms repaired because they be trying to bring it at homecoming.
The upper echelon.
Yes, the Black elitists. So DJ said, laughing my A off again, he's gay. So DJ, is he really gay? You think that's why he don't like Black women? He said they should have played throw that white woman. I'm laughing at DJ, but they should have played throw that butt in the circle.
They should have played some smooth jazz.
And then he said, I still have anxiety from Little John songs in the club. I do too, because the football players used to be like, ready to elbow.
I know. Ooh.
And Ludacris, that move, B, get out the way.
No.
You know, I didn't go to HBCU. I went to Temple.
That's okay.
But Move came on, and those people showed their actual behind. I mean, like it was it was their anthem. I mean, they coming through with the bows and
oh my goodness,
yeah,
and I
like they
came
showed
through
their behind. I'm like, y'all talking about us? They showed that and Nelly Hot in here. Remember that?
Oh yes. That was hilarious. The Nelly Hot in Here song. That was their song. But you know that the other song, I don't know if they play this up here, but that Red Nose song, the white people like that too.
What is that? Yeah.
Oh, how does it go, Lashida? I don't know.
I'm like, help me.
I want to see it like a red nose. I can't remember it, but that was their song.
I did not know that was
somebody got to pull it.
Oh yeah, that song. She gonna shake it like a
Like
red
a red
nose.
nose. Yes.
Move your body like a red nose. She gonna shake it.
I didn't know they were talking about a pit bull. I really thought they were talking about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I'm today years old.
You said red nose reindeer?
I think it's about Rudolph. I was like, why are you talking about Rudolph? They were like,
I
"It's
don't
about
know.
a
I
pit
didn't know
bull."
what red nose stood for. I was just
It's the
saying.
only red nose I know. Did not know
I
a
was
pit bull.
like the same thing, like Rudolph. I mean, it's Christmas time.
I didn't
Rudolph
know. I did not
the
know.
red nose.
It's like, no, that's not it. It's not Rudolph.
Now somebody gonna do a remix, a little meme video
Yeah.
on Rudolph doing a red nose song.
Probably at this point. Hey, listen, you know the only reason why I thought that. So remember Nelly and Murphy Lee and Diddy had that song to the Bad Boys 2 soundtrack.
What song?
Shake It Tail Feather.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Nelly
I
was
did
like,
not
your
like
mom
that.
must
The
have
Saint
been half
Lunatic.
reindeer. And I'm
Huh?
like, I don't remember Nelly was like, your mom must have been half reindeer. I don't know what that meant.
What?
But yeah, he says it in the
That
lyrics.
can't
I was a big Nelly
be.
fan. But
What do you
yeah, I'm like,
Now
I
you
don't know
gotta
what
look
that
at the
meant,
word.
but that's why I was like, oh, this must be a reindeer.
Right. Yeah.
And DJ said our generation was so violent, and yes, because I remember what is it, Mystical, the man right chair. When they used to play that dude.
Yes.
But we weren't
You know,
violent. We were just fight. And that was
Yes.
the most amazing thing to me being at HBCU to play those songs because I got all the video footage. To play those
Yeah.
songs, to see the crowd move with the song.
Mhm.
They weren't
Yes.
fighting. They might have played fight,
Because
but everybody survived.
And what-
Whether the lights were on or off.
yes, what people don't realize, we were swag surfing before the song came out.
Yes.
That they don't know that, but that's the HBCU way.
Yes.
Yes, so I
They
missed
used
those
to be
days.
in
Oh my
Cheney.
gosh.
We used to actually go to Cheney.
Oh,
Yes.
I heard it. So Cheney is HBCU in that area. Yes,
so
I
they
heard
call
of it.
Cheney the party school, which I'm not gonna lie, we went to all the parties. But every
Oh, 'cause
party we
black
went to,
folks
it
like
was
to
in
party.
Cheney. I remember it was like, remember that, what is it, Iota? Remember that fraternity?
Yeah.
We were at this party. I don't want to get yelled at, but we were at this party and we was like, oh, we having fun. From first time at, HBCU. Next thing I know, I don't know what song, some song when they were supposed to lift you up or whatever. I was like 15 feet in the air at a party.
Oh my God.
Couldn't see no ground. I'm like, who
Wait
has
a
me
minute,
in this
shut up.
air? Like,
That sounds like a cute party, because I remember with their party you had to wear a purple thong to get in.
They
And
had purple too. A purple thong.
Yeah, man.
And then I remember at one of their parties, this might have been at Southern, because me and Kanae's sister, Kiana, graduated from Southern University. And so we were standing on tables because the Qs were going around like dogs with their shirts off and just crazy. But and DJ said we're ratchet. No, we're not ratchet. We're just cultured.
Yes, we can do it all.
And I said, hell, they used to fight at Auburn damn near every party. Twisters, Bear As You Dare, Blue Room Dewey's. Bear As You Dare is a Kappa thing. I didn't hang with the Auburn Kappas. I knew more of the Tuskegee Kappas. But Lashida, you might know the Auburn Kappas. I don't know. No,
I know we didn't know. For rave reasons, we did know.
Well, for rave reasons we knew the Auburn Alphas, but the Kappas I didn't know.
Yeah. Oh.
I just remember us doing the Auburn show for the Alphas, but I didn't know they're Kappas at all, because I would have met my ex-husband, my current husband. Oh my God.
We did a Kappa show.
But
we did a show with Kappas.
And see, we did the show. I wasn't there then, because when I was there, we did the show with the Auburn Alphas, and what was their modeling troupe?
I don't remember.
I don't remember their modeling troupe.
I
don't remember the name.
We worked with their multicultural.
That's what it was.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm. DJ say, yeah, I wanted to attend the HBCU so bad, but my dad was like, you'll get someone pregnant. And my dad's a cute laugh aloud. Yes, HBCUs is the flyest black women. No, we have some flavor to us. So that's what I've been told. But Kennard said, when Atomic Dog, I'm a Dog by Gucci, the cues went in. See, I didn't know they danced to I'm a Dog by Gucci. I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog.
I didn't even know they danced, okay? I thought it was like some type of like,
I know the
almost like a kind of situation. I didn't know there was
actually. Don't the campus had a stick?
Yes, the cane.
Yeah.
The cane.
The cane. My husband was they called it a stroller or scroller, whatever they call it. And James Felton, he's good with the cane. He's a Kappa.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is fun. I need to do a HBCU story time, but I just can't think of a story. And Lashida, I was gonna say, me and Kanay remember crazy times with you with sneaking in the concerts and stuff.
I don't know. Do you remember us sneaking into, where were we? Birmingham?
I don't
Or
know.
Montgomery. It was Birmingham. And
that would have been a Magic City Classic. I don't remember going there.
What?
No.
We was in the back of some club, like it was 20 rave review members. And we were like, yo, we got $100. They were charging like $50 a pop in the front.
Whoa.
We were $100.
I wasn't there.
Right here.
Oh wow. I remember we snuck into the Yin Yang Twins concert when they came from homecoming, and we snuck into that concert. But I remember Lashida, for some reason, Raven, I don't remember you there in that part, but you probably was there.
If y'all got snuck in, I probably was the one to let y'all in the back door because I was sitting at the DJ.
I think you were. You know what, Raven? You were the person. You were always the person already there. You were like, I'm gonna let y'all in. Y'all need to come doing this.
Be there. Yes, yes. I'll ask no question. I'm gonna tell you where to go.
Yes, and thank you, DJ. DJ said good show. Kennard said to Gucci and Francois, don't bring them up.
We're not even gonna talk about Francois. We're not talking about Francois.
Hannah, this is hilarious. Degucci and Francois were Kappas at Tuskegee, and they were old. And I'm gonna tell a story time about they trifling ASSs because they left me and Kanea stranded our freshman year.
What?
They knew they wasn't getting no ASS from me and Kanea. So they left us at this club called Millennium, and we had to find our way home. They brought us to the club, and when they realized, because at that time I was a virgin, and Kanea, we wasn't trying to F with them. I'll just say that. And they figured that out and left us at Millennium. It was a Kappa party they left us at.
Wow.
Do y'all remember the parties at like country club parties, but at the Red Lobster in Auburn?
No, I wasn't here. I don't remember that. See, y'all need to do some story times. All three of y'all, I need y'all to do story times on my channel because I'm running out of story times. And Raven and Sheeta, you can do one together. I record them and I can edit it for you guys. So, but Hannah, I want your story too. But I'm gonna sign off here. We've been on for an hour and 12 minutes. This is a long time. This was fun.
It didn't even feel like it.
I know, right?
Yeah. So, oh my goodness, my daughter coming with her Oreo face. Get out of here. Oh my goodness. But we're gonna sign off. Thanks everybody for watching. I want to thank for joining me. Is my connection going out? But I want to thank you ladies for joining me. I'm going to end it here. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Candy Shop. So I'm ending it now.